Hi, Biffs.
Hey, Beth.
You're Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Red flag. Desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry you.
Power.
Love you like I
One
love
more
you.
wine.
Don't
Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ill-advised.
Ill-advised. This is ill-advised.
Hi, Biffs.
Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Welcome to Ill-advised.
A podcast where two best friends tell you what to do when someone else already has.
Like your third grade teacher.
And not her phlebotomist.
What the fuck is a phlebotomist?
The people who take your blood at the hospital.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't like them hoes.
Well, her phlebotomist is telling you to sit still so that you don't wind up bruised.
That's why I don't like them hoes.
Yeah.
Get poked and prodded so many times when you're pregnant.
Oh, that's true. I've never been
Horrible.
pregnant, so
Oh, that's true.
yeah. Thanks. Thanks for understanding. How you doing, Beth?
Good. Today specifically, I'm freaking tired. I think I'm hoping I'm not coming down with something. I can feel it on
Better
the
not.
left side.
On your left side?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's like the cold is on the left side of my head.
Oh, okay. That makes so much more sense.
What were you thinking?
I'm just like, is it on your good side or your bad side? Not literally, but like, I'm feeling like I'm going to get a cold. I don't know if it's coming on to the left or the right side.
Yeah, of my head.
But
Whatever. How are you doing?
I'm good, I think. Yeah. I feel like constantly running around, but like more so the last couple of days. Like I'm trying to fit a lot of things in before the new job starts.
Oh yeah, back to work.
Yeah. So I'm not
That
ready.
sucks.
Yeah, it really does. But of course, like the summer that I have off is the rainiest summer.
We don't have a summer, yeah.
Right. In fact, the news said that we only had 2 non-rainy weekends all summer long.
I believe it.
Yeah, isn't that fucking shit? And
It
we
is.
got another one coming.
It is fucking shit.
It's shit. So I had a whole summer off that I couldn't be
With
outside.
2 weekends. God damn.
And I was probably busy those 2 weekends.
One of them was my birthday.
Was that a rainy day?
No, that was
Oh, it wasn't.
That was like the only day that I got a tan this summer.
That's right. That was a fun day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It was a nice day.
Yeah, it was a really nice day.
And you made
It's
a
all
bomb ass cake.
It was a beautiful fucking cake.
So good.
I was like,
I
this
don't remember what it
color-
looked like, but I remember what it tasted
I
like.
do, because that color frosting
beautiful.
was you.
It was.
Once I came up with it, I was like, this is Biff.
Oh yeah, I remember it now with the flowers and
Yep.
then the champagne
The
bottle.
champagne.
It was fucking the whole thing. Beautiful. Tasted amazing.
I'm making my own birthday cake. You know that, right?
Good. Make the same one. Just 2 different color frosting.
I'm going to have to do, so you know me, like I love to please people because I have nothing better to do in my life.
Right.
So I'm thinking that I'll do a 2-tiered cake just so that there's a chocolate cake and a vanilla cake.
Oh my God.
But like make the small tier the chocolate cake, because I don't understand people's dislike of chocolate cake. I just don't get it.
It just tastes weird to me.
Whatever. You like my chocolate cake.
I did like your chocolate cake.
So I don't know. I'll figure it out.
I know you will.
One year I made one full of candy bars. It's beautiful.
My stomach's going to growl.
Reese's peanut butter cups and fucking Twix bars everywhere.
Yes.
If you're new to the podcast,
Welcome to Ill Advised.
yes. I was trying to come up with some nonsense.
Oh,
Like, you know, I have been the last few weeks because it just feels fun.
yeah.
You know, like
Laverne and Shirley.
we're Laverne and Shirley, and this is TV sitcoms for 100. Alex.
Yes.
That's all I got.
What is Ill Advised?
Yeah. It's actually just an excuse to drink.
I'll take it.
Okay. We've got a 2021 Malbec from Mendoza, Argentina. The name of this one is Kadabra,
Like Abra?
as in Abra.
Ooh.
It's a really cute label, actually. And
It
it
is
has a
cute.
top hat and
It's
a
like
rabbit.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yep. And a spade and a magic wand that I could also think is a please smoke here sign.
Yes. Smoking welcome.
Open Kadabra and surprise your senses with its magic.
Ooh.
Tricks for great magicians. 1. Get some friends together. 2. Say the word Abracadabra.
Uh-oh.
3. Serve the magic into glasses and wait for the ovation. Our Malbec displays red and dark fruits with sweet spice. An elegant wine with fresh berry fruits, soft tannins, and pleasant finish. Serve between 16 and 18 degrees Celsius.
Oh.
We don't even know Fahrenheit.
I was just going to say, what does that mean?
I don't know. I hope it means that we're going to like it.
I hope it means the temperature of my hand. Because I've been holding it this whole entire time.
Oh my God.
It is a very pretty color.
It's
rich.
pretty.
And
Has
I
it?
want this color for my Halloween lipstick.
It smells like wine.
Yeah.
This is the best I can describe it, actually. You know, some wines smell fruity and some smell boozy. This one just smells like
Wine.
the cork.
Like red wine.
Yeah.
Abracadabra, that shit.
Wow. Oh,
Got it.
the outtakes that we'll have every time you take your first sip of wine. It doesn't matter what wine it is.
It's true.
Whether you like it or you don't, it is, you always make that face on the first sip.
Second, it's weird because I like it.
Well, I know you like Malbecs, so I'm confused.
Me too.
I mean, granted, we won't like every Malbec, but still. Okay, for the third sip, I recently watched a YouTube video about how to taste wine. And you need air in your mouth to taste.
This
Now
is
you're
a very expensive laptop.
Now you're going to ask me how you're not going to go while you have a mouthful of wine. But you're going to kind of use your lips to bring the air in. Like purse your lips a little bit while you start.
While I'm sipping it.
But don't inhale. Just like kind of suck.
So like if your coffee's hot, you do like
yeah. Kind of like that.
Like the suck sip.
Kind of like that.
Oh, great. I'm moving this computer.
Listen, you can only trust yourself so much.
If this goes up my nose, it's only going to come out one side.
I can't look at you while you do this now.
You have to.
No, because now I'm going to fucking watch red wine everywhere.
And I'm wearing a white shirt.
Here we go.
I can't do it.
I've been doing that with a lot of wines lately, and it's changing my perspective on wines I didn't like, first of all. But I'm also enjoying whiskey on a different level. Can you just swallow pufferfish?
I like the first two sips better.
Yeah, take another one without
Aerating it.
Without aerating your face.
You told me to do it.
Well, I mean, half your tongue can taste it and the other one's crying. So this actually isn't a good condition for you to be tasting wine.
That is super fair. And this just happened. I don't know that I like this one.
Yeah. Me either. I like it. I'm tasting that fruitiness at the end. It's got a beautiful finish.
I'm not going to rate this because it's not going to be fair. Because half of my head is stuffed up now. And
then I will rate on behalf of myself and not the podcast.
Yes.
I would give this a 5.
Really?
Yes,
I'm pissed
love it.
Now that I can't.
I love it. It's juicy. It's dry, but it's juicy, which is very strange.
I know that I would definitely pick it up and bring it to like a party or something.
Yeah. So you would at least give it a 3 or a 4.
Yes. And I also liked the first two sips.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe,
I don't either.
You know what? Just don't inhale and drink, guys. Just ruins your fucking taste buds.
Yeah. I've been sleeping super shitty and getting very little sleep. So I think that's what's happening here.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I just can't sleep. I can't fall asleep.
That was me a few weeks ago for like 2 months.
Yeah. It's been a week or 2 now.
Yeah.
And then my daughter's up bright, shiny, and bushy-tailed.
And something's in the air. Mercury's in Gatorade. If you have questions this week.
Question.
Where are we going?
To our usual, I didn't mean to say usual. One of our goodies. I don't fucking know what I'm trying to say.
One of our trusted
We're going
sources.
to Slate.
Ah, Prudence.
Yes.
Hello, Prudy.
This is from November 2022.
Dope.
Dear Prudence, help. I just discovered my wife's secret checking account full of mysterious payments. I feel used.
My wife's checking account full
secret checking account
Full of mysterious.
full of mysterious payments.
I'm very, very curious because I want to know why, like how he feels used. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Dear Prudence, my wife and I, both female, have been together.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why that was so funny. Because you said that in your matter-of-fact Stephanie voice.
Well, how was I supposed to say it?
I don't know.
Both female.
I'm sorry. That was just I don't know. I'm having my left side sick.
Yes. My wife and I, both females, have been together for 25 years, married for 6. Initially, she handled all of our finances and put us deeply in debt. Oh. I took over and spent the last few years getting us into a good financial state. My wife is retired while I am still working. We are comfortable but not rich. The problem is, I recently found out she has a checking account I knew nothing about and receives a significant amount of money monthly. I don't care that she has money, but I think back to all the times I had to borrow from my retirement or take out a loan to pay bills or get some needed medical equipment. I'm so angry, but she sees no problem with it. She says she wants to have money to be able to buy me things. That's great, but I haven't been receiving any gifts that I don't buy myself. Am I wrong to be resentful? Feeling used. Motherfucker.
Well, she knows about it. That just takes the fun out of responding to this.
What do you mean?
I just figured, if you're writing intuitive advice columnist and you figure out something about like your partner, you're just usually like, should I bring it up to them?
The other wife knows that the wife knows. Like I secretly found my wife's thing and haven't told her that I know.
Yes.
Yet. Yeah.
Yes. So I was kind of hoping it was going that route, but either way, it's still a secret account. Like
she didn't even ask like, where's this money coming from?
Well, she's retired. So she's got money coming in from her. Like, okay. You take over finances for your spouse. Your spouse retires officially. Once you retire, you are either entitled to Social Security or a pension or a 401k.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not know what that is?
What do you mean?
Does it seem from the question, does it seem like she doesn't know where the money's coming from?
No, she never even mentions. She just says, the problem is I recently found out she has a checking account I knew nothing about and receives a significant amount of money monthly.
Yeah, that to me is retirement and pension. How do you not know she's getting that?
Because it must not be going into their joint account.
But if someone retires, they're entitled to a sum.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Whether they contribute to Social Security or not, like, yeah, she's going to be getting a significant amount of money or an amount of money. Let's just say it that way.
Maybe it's a separate thing.
I'm wondering from what. Maybe.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's not even asking, like, she didn't say, I know this is her retirement fund or I know this. She didn't say like.
Yeah. So to me, like, I would assume she knows what the money's for.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? But I think that retirement thing in there is a very significant thing too. You know what I mean? Like for you to mention that she's retired and I'm working.
We're comfortable, but not rich.
Right. Which means you're bringing in some great money is my assumption. But again, borrowing from your pension while your wife has money that's come in.
Borrowing from my retirement, taking out a loan to pay bills.
Yeah, that's the shitty part. That's the shitty part out of all of this is where you're dipping into like your securities.
This is very much like what yours is mine and what's mine is mine.
Yeah.
Like.
And
if you're struggling to pay
practice
bills.
That.
Oh, well.
Just kidding. I want to practice that.
I need a rich husband. So what's his is mine and what's mine is mine.
Right. Right.
But if we're struggling to pay bills, that's terrible.
It's
like,
terrible.
Well, that sucks for you. Yeah. I'm good. But that sucks for you. Yeah, you should probably take out a loan.
To me, it's like preparing for like either when you leave or when your partner dies. You know what I mean? Like if I was harboring that money and keeping it a secret, it's like, this is my fund for me to move away without you.
Yep.
Or my fund for me to leave you.
Yeah.
Either way. It's without you.
Yeah. So I'm watching you struggle while I have a significant amount of money coming into my secret account lately.
Right. If this goes south, I have a nest
I'm
egg.
still good.
Yeah.
Why spend mine when I can spend yours?
Listen, it's your fucking fault for spending it in the first place.
I didn't ask you to pay those bills.
Nope. You said, I got this, babe. I have a 401k. Let me just borrow from that. No, but in all seriousness, it is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Are you wrong for feeling resentful? No, I don't think so. That's the question, right?
Yes. I'm so angry, but she sees no problem with it. She says she wants to have money to be able to buy me things. That's great, but I haven't been receiving any gifts that I don't buy myself. Am I wrong to be resentful?
No. And not only does the whole situation reek of dishonesty, but so does her justification. Like, it's a cop-out. Like, what are you trying?
Right.
Like, what is your real reason for hiding this? I don't trust you. This is one of those things in a relationship where you're just like...
It's a very one-sided relationship.
Yeah. It's one of those things in a relationship that makes you question the relationship.
Exactly.
Not the person.
Who did I marry?
Right.
So here's the answer.
Okay.
Dear feeling used. Not at all. Also, consider being something a little more than just resentment, such as extremely pissed off and considering divorce. That's it.
Yep. Oh, that's
it. That's the answer.
Well, when you ask, like, am I wrong to be resentful? I feel like you're just asking for a yes or a no.
Yeah, I guess.
That's it, huh?
That was it.
But I hate to say that I agree with it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like somebody I would want to marry or be married to.
I just want to buy you things. Bitch, you have $1 million.
That I haven't bought.
You have $1 million, and I'm buying a machine so I can breathe.
Right. So that was short and sweet, I guess.
Beautiful. We're on board. Next.
This is from October 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Help. My boyfriend keeps waking me up groaning the name of his ex. It makes me ill. Dear Prudy, my boyfriend and I live together and have been dating for 3 years. During our first year of dating, he had a week-long affair with his ex-girlfriend. I learned about this affair 2 years into our relationship because he still felt guilty about it. I decided to accept that was a one-time mistake and that I still loved him very much. The issue is that maybe 3 nights a week, I wake up to him groaning her name and grinding into me. It makes me ill when it happens and tremendously distressed. I understand that everyone has sex dreams and that he doesn't have control over it, but it happens all the time. And if he just didn't say her name, it wouldn't bother me so much. Or if it wasn't the person that he cheated on me with. I guess this isn't even a question. It's just something that I wish wasn't happening. On his part, I've brought it up a couple times when he found me crying in the middle of the night, and he seems genuinely surprised that he is having these dreams and is truly apologetic. For me, it comes off as like a, not what do I do about it, but like, how can I manage this?
I have 2 feelings on this.
Go.
One being far more nefarious than the other.
Yes, I love the word nefarious.
Thank you. The first thought I have is like, it has a little bit of sympathy for him. It's like, oh,
him the writer or him the boyfriend having what
him
dreams
the
about
boyfriend.
his ex?
Yeah, that one. And this isn't negating the writer at all. I just need to say that because of what I'm going to say. It's just kind of like, oh, he missed out on the love of his life. There's just like that subconscious kind of like, you know, this was the person he had, and for whatever reason, they can't be together and he's with you. Which, again, does not negate
What if
anything.
it was just the best sex he's ever had? And not necessarily
That's where my next one's going.
Yeah.
For someone to have audible dreams 3 times a week about that.
It is an active thought.
It's not just an active thought. To me, it's almost done on purpose in a conscious state. Because we fantasize as humans all the time. 3 times a week, me screaming and grinding up against you and telling you that you're my ex's name, to me screams, I'm fantasizing while I have a human. I'm getting away with it because I'm pretending I'm sleeping.
Really?
Yeah. And if this was my relationship, I'd be like, doors over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How haunted does a person have to be to 3 times a week for how long have they been together after he cheated on them for them to be constantly dreaming of this and not remember once? I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me.
I'm with you that it doesn't feel right, but for me, it was like they still very much are either still somehow connected to this person. They're talking or having conversations or this and that, or because they say you dream about the last thing you're thinking about or the last thing you're doing or something.
I wish, because I would be fucking every night.
See, he is. So maybe it's just you.
I'm going to save that conversation for another time. Just go on.
So I'm just thinking about if I'm the girlfriend who's getting woken up every night by my boyfriend humping my leg and screaming his ex's name. Like, first of all, I'm smothering him in his sleep with a pillow.
Oh, I was like, you're taking the blame for that?
Second of all,
I'm glad you clarified that there's a pillow involved.
I'm not going to accept any other answer other than you're still actively, in some way, shape, or form, either talking to her
or sleeping with her,
stalking her Facebook all the time, that type of thing. Because you're not going to have this many dreams for this long off of just like, oh my. So we're fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're stalking your ex, you're checking her Facebook every day, you're checking her Instagram every day, you're talking to her. There's something more than, oh, I don't know. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
so that's where I'm at.
I would be with you 100% if he at least fessed up that he remembered a dream, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 times a week is excessive for you to always wake up surprised, or for you to wake up surprised that you've had this dream.
So did they specify the 3 times a week, or did you come up with that? Oh, okay. I missed that part.
oh, good. I'm glad you're reading.
Yeah. The issue is that maybe 3 nights a week I wake up to him groaning her name and grinding onto me. Yeah.
3 times a week. That's what's bothering me.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, if he's actually having these dreams all the time, it's like, yes, he's thinking about sex with this person, but he also, like you said, checking her Facebook every day, like, has feelings for this person actively. However many years later, what would it say?
3 years.
Yeah. So 3 years later, 3 times
During
a
the
week.
first year of their dating, he had a week-long affair with his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, I thought you said the first week.
No, during
the
our
week-long
first
affair
year
makes
of
sense.
dating, he had a week-long affair with his ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
So for the first year
Yep.
of their relationship, he cheated.
But still. All right. So for 2 years, 3 times a week, it doesn't make sense to me.
No,
he's got to remember.
They're either still having an affair, or he's just still wishing that he was.
Or he missed out. Like, he has those feelings strong enough for her that.
So he's checking her Facebook and thinking about her and probably sending her little texts. And yeah.
And that's the part where I was like, oh, poor guy. He, like, missed out on the love of his life. I don't know the circumstances, and also not negating what she's saying, but, like, you know, for whatever reason, they can't be together. And
or she just doesn't want to be with him. Or
he's fucking being some weird, perverted, fantastical, like, he's got a fantasy that he's living out by humping her leg 3 times a week, screaming out Donna's name. It just doesn't make sense. That right there, I'd be seeking therapy for if someone told me that I was doing this 3 times a fucking week and I wasn't actively out there trying to be with this person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So to me, it feels like more than the former, like he's fucking living out a fantasy.
Or maybe he's just trying to get laid. So he's like.
Not by screaming somebody's name, he ain't.
Well, maybe he's resentful because she's like, no, you're fucking your ex in your dream every night. I ain't banging you. Go ahead, hump my leg. Go for it.
Sure. Sure.
Let's see what Prudence says. Just to be clear, most people do not have sex dreams about past lovers so vivid that they wake their partners 3 nights a week by calling out their ex's names and trying to hump their partner's legs.
Thank you.
That's about as far from normal sleep behaviors as I can imagine. No D on imagine.
That's fine.
And if you don't have to convince
D.
yourself
Sorry. It worked.
and you don't have to convince yourself that this is something every couple goes through, because it isn't. What you've described sounds unbelievably distressing, and I don't think you should have to put up with it. Make it clear to him how much this upsets you, how regularly it's happening.
You've just negated the whole response. I don't know what you said. Sorry, go back to how regularly.
I'm not saying that word again.
Okay. How regularly.
Make it clear to him how much this upsets you, how it's happening, and how imperative it is that he go to the doctor immediately to find out if he suffers from any sleep disorders. Wow, Beth.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend may not know what he's doing while he's doing it, but you cannot possibly move on from the past if every other night you're jolted out of your sleep because your partner is calling out the name of the woman he cheated on you with. This is an emergency situation that affects your ability to sleep as well as your emotional security. It's not something for you to just get over. It is time for you to tell him to make a choice, to acknowledge your pain and seek some kind of treatment or behavioral therapy to end the night humps, or to sleep apart for the remainder of your relationship, as short as that may be. That was Danny Lavery.
Yes. And or. And also.
Yes,
perhaps,
and also.
But sometimes I'm not buying it.
Which part?
I'm not buying any of it. 2 years after our affair, you're still having these dreams or fantasies or whatever it might be. And I'm going to ask you to go get help or we can't be together. Maybe I'm actually being just cynical. But it's like, how much longer does it have to continue while you're getting help before we know that the help's working? To me, it just feels like too...
For me, it felt very much like a look. Whatever the fuck's going on needs to stop now. Period. I don't care what you do about it. I don't care if it's intentional, unintentional.
Yeah, and if you put it that way... If
you're stalking your ex, if you're actively in love with her, whatever the fuck it is, I'm done with this.
Mm-hmm.
Get help or find someone else's leg to hump.
Yeah. If it were me, it's over.
First of all, this ain't 2 years. I'm smothering you in your
2 years. Sleep. That's what I'm getting at.
The first night, sure.
He's getting away with it for 2 years, but he's also doing it for 2 years. Like, he's living out whatever he wants to live out, and you're putting up with it.
Because it's a dream.
Despite already telling him that you're feeling like, if you're waking up in the middle of the night crying, he doesn't have to guess how you feel about it.
Right.
Especially if he's pretending to, again, I'm putting so much fucking assumption on this.
Yeah.
But it's just, I'm trying to picture how I would feel about this. And I'm done. The relationship is over. Because even if you stop, I don't know what you're doing when I'm not around. Behind my back. Are you with her? I don't know where this is stemming from.
Yeah, you already had an affair with this person.
I already don't trust you.
Right.
And now I don't trust you even more.
Because you're probably still
because my knee's still wet from the last time.
That's a nerve for me.
That's a nerve, Murray.
Next.
Kindly.
This is from November 2022. Help. My sister thinks her wedding is more important than the trip I planned for 6 years. Dear Prudence, I have been saving to travel overseas for 6 years. My original plans fell through because of a lingering illness. I will be gone in a month and going to see several friends in their home countries. This is planned for next year. I have been very open and vocal about my plans to my family. Only now, my younger sister announced her wedding date, and it is right in the middle of the month that I will be gone. I told my sister I wouldn't be able to make it and explained why. She told me to simply reschedule since a sister's wedding is more important than quote unquote some trip. I can't reschedule. There are already non-refundable deposits in place, and my friends have their own lives to lead. My own family has been leaning on me to commit to the wedding because it would be unthinkable to miss my sister's once-in-a-lifetime event. She has only been dating the guy for a year. This is going to be a big topic during the holidays. Help.
It's not a once in a lifetime after a year of dating.
You don't know.
Unless you're a very devout Christian. I'm just being a cynical bitch. I'm just following the theme of this episode. I actually love that she just told her sister, like, I'm not going to be able to make it. Rather than ask her to change the date. Can I just, because that's where I thought this was going when you read the title. Like, I asked my sister to change the date of her wedding because that's where I'm going to be away.
Yeah.
Just be like, I'm not going to be able to go because I planned this 6 years ago.
Right.
But I'm also torn because it's your sister.
I don't like that it's like they kind of aren't, like they're just very dismissive of the wedding because I can't make it to her once in a lifetime wedding of the guy she's only been with for a year. You know what I mean? Like that just kind of is like...
It feels like you're trying to excuse
like,
not being at the
you
wedding.
You guys ain't going to last anyway.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I'm on the fence on this one.
I knew you would be because you would go on a fucking trip and miss my wedding.
I would never miss your wedding. Nope. I don't give a fuck what you say.
No, because you're my fucking bridesmaid.
That's right.
My best woman.
You're...
What are they called?
Your
maid of honor.
Bridesman.
My
man of honor?
My man of honor.
That's right. Man of honor. Yeah, great. I hope you don't fucking marry a Trumpy.
Are you kidding me?
I'm on the fence about it because me as somebody who's planning a wedding, but this is just me, right? I would think about like, I'm planning this out a year in advance and I would check with, a year or two in advance, and I would check with my family, like, no one's going to be away, right? Like the immediate family, the important people I want to be there. No one's going to be away. You're not doing this or that, right? Right? Okay. And then I would book the date or explore to book the date, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So that's the part of me where it's like, on one side of the fence. The other side of the fence is also being like, but that's my sister and I can't expect her to schedule her life around me. Mm-hmm. And This is the date and around the time of year they want to get married and they don't want to wait. And what can I do? Yes, a lot of these deposits are not refundable and you've been figuring this out for a year, but I don't know. It doesn't sound like she's in the wedding.
Maybe.
So attend by Zoom? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you just officiated your sister's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you weren't the officiant, I don't see you ever missing that wedding.
No.
For a trip.
No.
For anything other than like, sorry, I'm dying in the hospital.
But I think that's another part of it to consider too, is that like I knew the date ahead of time before any trip. So I would have never purposely scheduled this.
Right. But
during an important thing, which is what this person didn't do. You know what I mean? Like that's where the sister can be a little bit more lenient.
Say you did have a trip planned from like a year or two prior.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think you would miss Jenny's wedding.
No.
Because like Jenny, I already booked my trip for that day, that week or whatever.
That situation, that example is kind of fluid on both sides. Because my sister would be like, hey, when are you going away again? Before she starts putting down deposits.
Yeah.
But I would also be like, no, my sister's getting married that week, or all right, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just me.
Yeah, because I like that you were like, oh, I would just kind of run it by my family, like my immediate members. Not me.
No.
This is my wedding and you're coming. Yeah. Period. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
I think the only thing that I would be conscious about in that type of sense was like, Dad, any big surgeries coming up? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. Yeah, but other than that, I'm not going to start texting my brothers and sisters like, oh, hey guys, like anybody get trips in May? But that's just me. I'm Bridezilla and I'm not even.
Well, not just that, but I also think too, like in the big scheme of things, like, you travel, but you don't travel very often, right? So
True,
that
yeah.
to you is not something that's prevalent. To me, like I try to go away at least once a year.
Yeah.
So thinking about it, to me, that's just kind of like, I know that most trips booked are non-refundable. You know, airlines will give you, they won't refund you, but they'll let you reschedule your trip sometimes.
Yeah.
But hotels and resorts and stuff like that, those usually aren't, you know, they're not as flexible.
Well, even if you are a traveler, I don't think all of your trips are like, you know, next year I have this date booked for, or 3 years ago I booked a trip for that day type of thing. I feel like
think about it the other way
like
around.
A month or two. Like
I'm thinking about like if you're a traveler booking a wedding, you know what I mean? Then you'd be more conscious about that being a possibility. Somebody who's already spent this money, like you understand you're already in those shoes if you're more of a traveler.
Well, yeah, but I'm also planning my wedding a long time in advance. So I think that's why I would be less like, oh, you guys cleared for September of next year.
And
you know what I mean?
This
is like, I'm giving you a year heads up.
Yeah.
So I expect no excuses.
That's where I'm torn.
Yeah.
Because for 6 years I've been planning this trip.
I know.
Or she fell ill. So really, how many years is this afterwards?
So I've been saving to travel overseas for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
My original plans fell through because of a lingering illness.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be gone in a month and going to see several friends. This is planned for next year. So they've been saving for 6 years.
Planned for next year. I want to know how long you've known about your sister's wedding.
I've been very open and vocal about my plans to my family. Only now, my younger sister announced her wedding date, and it is right in the middle of the month that I will be gone. I can't reschedule. There are already non-refundable deposits in place, and my friends have their own lives to lead.
This is about, to me, the writer is not necessarily writing about the trip so much as it is about the money spent on it. That's the part I'm having. And that's would be my consideration as someone who's booking a wedding, to make sure that my immediate family was like didn't have any plans. That's the part of me that would be empathetic, you know, and kind of like figuring that out ahead of time, trying to understand where people are at. But she's your sister.
It's your sister, and that's a wedding. That's not like a
once in
birthday
a lifetime
party.
in
That's
her
not.
mind. She hopes.
So it sounds like the writer's like, no, I'm not going to my sister's wedding. How do I handle this now?
I agree. The writer has made a decision.
Yeah.
Accept the consequences. There are going to be consequences to this decision.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a big topic, whether you address the big topic now or later. It's going to be a topic. It is what
also,
it is.
Your sister's
babe.
probably going to be pretty upset for you for a long time.
Yep. Be prepared for all of that. If you're going to prioritize the trip, and I'm not the person to tell you you're being right or wrong about it.
I am.
Yes, you are.
Asshole.
But if you're going to prioritize the trip over it,
then
be prepared for the consequences.
Yep, you might as well stay to wherever you're tripping.
Yep. Don't come back.
Move there. Don't come back.
Spend Christmas
you don't have
there.
a family.
Yep.
Okay.
Spend the holidays there. Come back after MLK Day.
Stay with your real family.
Yep.
How about that? Melissa, she's your new sister now.
Yeah. Let's say
I'm gonna be
you can keep her.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. I would be
fucking
pissed too, just for the record.
And I'm just like, my fucking wedding? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I wish we knew the details, like how I was describing, like how each of those were planned, to kind of answer this in a more appropriate fashion. But putting myself in each shoe, okay, great, I'm going on my trip. I have to accept what's coming to me. Great, my sister's going on her trip. She can fucking eat shit.
Exactly.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Love it or hate it, own it.
Yeah. Don't come back.
Bye,
That's
Jack.
what my postcard saying.
Mm-hmm.
Answer in an upbeat but firm tone. Say as many times as necessary. I know. I hate that I'm going to miss it. I wish she wouldn't have scheduled it during my trip because it's non-refundable. Someone is going to have to FaceTime me in. That's it. Shove your FaceTime up your asshole.
So I said, just zoom me in. But I think that what Prudence did was met this person where they were at.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't expect that to fucking
It's not
do
going to fly.
anything.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything.
Yeah. You're going to want a butt plug for this.
Dude, just for this, just because you said that to me, there's going to be a basket at the entrance where everybody's putting their phones in it because nobody's FaceTiming my sister who chose to fucking go on her little trip over my wedding.
I would put a ticker in front of the venue that says, anyone found texting
Melissa.
No, Melissa's the friend that
I just don't like Melissas. No offense.
Okay.
So they're all Melissa.
Don't you have a Melissa cousin? I'm going to have to cut that out.
Shit. I love you, Melissa.
Much better. And all right. So anyone found FaceTiming Melissa to commemorate this occasion will be excommunicated.
Yeah. You're going on a trip with her and you're not meeting my kid either.
We will hide drugs inside your purse.
Your vehicle.
And we will call the cops.
Oh, Beth, you're brilliant. Guess what's going in my sister's duffel bags for her trip? I'll see you on my wedding day, bitch.
Behind bars.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Someone will FaceTime you.
She'll get one of those sympathy releases where they'll just, momentarily let her out, but she's going to be wearing handcuffs on her ankles.
Guarded. Yep. Hey, sister.
I told you not to wear orange.
Make an announcement. I just wanted everybody to know that it didn't stop my sister. She got locked up and it doesn't matter. She's still here. That's a sister. That's a fucking sister.
Heroinforbrides.com. I'm so happy I inspired.
Yeah.
That's so out of character for me that's what my tombstone's going to say.
Yes.
I'm fucking crying.
One more.
We need to.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of knowing the title of this one beforehand.
Yeah, you are. Dear Prudy, help. We're getting a free house. My only concern is the pedophile next door. I think a lot of this sounds petty. October 2022. Dear Prudy, my partner and I are a queer couple in an expensive city. We're currently talking about moving in together and are both very excited about it, but my partner's grandpa has promised my partner his house after he passes away, and the house is right next door to my partner's parents. I get along very well with his parents, but my partner hasn't always had the clearest boundaries with his family. And I just know for certain his parents would 100% show up without warning and barge right in. I honestly wouldn't even want to live next door to my own parents, let alone my parents-in-law. The other issue is that my partner's oldest brother has been tried for child pornography, and this brother still lives at his parents' house. So that raises questions about us having children or my baby sister coming to visit. Is that safe? I think a lot of this sounds petty. I don't exactly have 6 figures worth of savings or a home to offer, but I can't imagine a world in which living next to my partner's parents would involve weekly conversations about boundaries and lots of hurt feelings. How to explain to my partner that I don't want to live next to his parents for the rest of my life. Signed, Gift House in the Mouth.
A part of me feels like just because of the sign-off, using the brother as a reason not to move in.
That's like an additional.
It's like...
I don't want to live next to your parents, plus your brother lives there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of the... It's one of the reasons you're using to convince it, but not the basis of the reason.
Right.
Right?
I agree.
Like, you feel like...
That's what it sounds
I don't want to move in because it's next to your parents.
I don't want to live next to your parents.
And that's it.
And your brother lives there.
Right.
Not like, babe, we want kids. We've talked about kids. Your brother's child pornography thing.
And the other part of me doesn't feel like this is petty at all. If you have a kid sister.
And you want kids.
If you want kids, how do you communicate to your partner that his brother.
Yeah. I don't want my sister, my own kids, or I don't want them around your brother. How do you say that?
I have no idea. I have no fucking clue.
Also, free home. The fuck?
Do you stand by your brother or your partner with this shit?
Child pornography is not just like I thought she was 18. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's very
Right.
different than like,
I had consent. I thought she was of age
Yeah.
versus like, I know you.
I was 21, she was 17, told me
Right.
she was 18, 19.
Got it. I see what you're saying.
Right. It's a little bit more like, I love you, but.
But seriously, I'm having an internal struggle because I'm putting myself in the position of the partner and of
Right.
the writer.
Right.
So I'm like,
That's my brother, but also.
that's my partner.
Right.
Has he said that he's brought these concerns up to him at all?
Yeah. They don't say if this is like an ongoing discussion, if it's been brought up, if it hasn't, doesn't say.
It's hard for me to separate this being something that is being used to push, not being with the parents.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But the concern is valid.
Right. But I was also going to say, kind of like what you were just saying, is that like, if your honest concern, which is what it sounds like, is just the parents coming and going as they please, and, you know, you, whatever, you need to fucking deal with it.
That's what you need to
free
communicate.
house. It's a free house.
Well, not just that.
I think before you move in, say, like, babe, you better not be giving your mom a key.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, can you make sure we establish, please don't show up, you know?
I don't know.
Here, you can come on Fridays and Wednesdays.
Sure.
Other than that, let me know. Ask ahead of time, whatever it is. I'm not going to give up a free home because your mom just comes walking in whenever she wants to. At some point, I'm going to feel comfortable enough to be like, listen, I'm naked all the time when I'm home. So when I hear you coming, it's a scramble. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to feel that in my own home. So here's the deal. Give me a heads up. Let's plan for a week ahead. That type of thing. If that's your biggest concern, is the parents.
Yeah.
I'm in an apartment and all of a sudden somebody's offering me a free home. You know what I mean? Not offering, but like, listen, we just got a free house. Like, what am I willing to deal with to get into a home?
Yeah. That's what I'm internalizing right now is what am I willing to take versus what you're willing to take? You know what I mean? Like, I'm with you. You gave me a free fucking house.
Right.
You guys come over, it's going to be a face full of yuck.
Right.
Right. But there's the other side of it where like the people in the world who are like, just because it's free doesn't mean I'm taking it.
Right.
You know? And I'm trying to think about it like that. Like if it's something that's a deal breaker, how do you approach that? You know, to me, it's like, well, if you haven't communicated that concern first, you start there.
Yes.
Right. And then the other part of it is making your boundaries clear for whatever reason they may be. Okay. Like, let's be real. Let's be upfront and deal with that. If the concern really is the brother, then sure, bring that to the table. It doesn't feel like that. I feel like that's just something on top of it.
Yeah.
Again, not negating someone's, legitimate concern. It's just the way that this is worded. And deal with the parent thing first. If that's your biggest concern and that's something that you don't want and you're adamant about it, make it very clear. And meeting people where they're at, be prepared for any repercussions.
Yeah.
You might find that your partner might be on the side, might take a step back and be like, okay, I understand. And you're important enough to me.
This is going to be your home also.
Yes.
Yeah.
But your partner might also be like,
this is my fucking mom.
That's my mom. That's my dad. That's my brother.
That's our
and
free
this
house.
Is where I spent a lot of my childhood.
Yeah.
I don't think you're wrong for feeling the way that you feel, whether it's about the uncle or the parents. You feel the way you feel. Let's meet each other where we're at. That's all I got.
I'm with you. You're either willing to move into the home or you're not. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, that's all it has to be. And if you're not going to, if you don't want to, either be prepared to communicate that to your partner and be prepared to live with potential consequences as an extension of that, or suck it up, baby. It's a free house.
Yeah. Dear Gift House, the easiest solution here would be to accept the house. spruce it all up, sell it, and take the proceeds to move somewhere a healthy distance from meddling in-laws and the sexual predator brother.
That's fucking brilliant.
But I'm sure you two would have already made your plan and started looking at Zillow if you felt your partner might easily agree to this. Personally, I think a free home would be worth the hassles of dealing with busybody parents. Now, don't get me wrong. It's worth saying to your partner, you know I love your parents, but I'm concerned about what it would mean to live right next door to them and have our privacy and enough time with just the two of us. Would you consider selling the house and moving a short drive away so we could still be close enough to see them regularly, but also feel like we live on our own in a place we chose? If he pushes back, at least wait for the situation to be unbearable before you turn down a lifetime's worth of housing security. Assuming you're not already rich and you're the kind of partners who share finances, this is a massive, life-changing transfer of wealth. You could use the equivalent of a single month's rent or mortgage to bring in a family therapist for a few sessions and get everyone on the same page about boundaries. Or pay to change the locks and forget to give them a key for decades.
That was it?
Yes.
I think that's beautifully written. Move in, spruce it up, and buy a fucking mansion in Beverly Hills is a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm just adding Beverly
But
Hills.
also, it's going to be a war because that's your grandpa's house and you're keeping the house in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And how dare you sell your home, that grandpa's home? And you know what I mean?
You've got to trust your partner enough to, like, if you presented this alternative, that their yes was trustworthy. You know what I mean? Not just like oh, good, I'm getting you in the house.
Yeah.
But like oh, that's genius idea. Let's do it. And let's start looking
Unless
for
your partner is like oh yeah, you're fucking, yeah, I'm down. Let's move in. And then mom says, how dare you sell your grandfather's house? You grew up in this house. And then it's like, oh yeah, you're right. But my mom's right. Now we're living in this home.
Yeah. In
right
that case, I suggest that you just fucking give it up. That was an interesting lot of questions there, Bev.
Yeah.
And also, none of them were anything I thought they would be. You done good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, anytime.
Pretty done good too.
Pretty done good. Do you have questions, comments, concerns, beverage recommendations? Do you have alcohol? Send it to illadvisedthepodcast@gmail.com or catch up on all our latest episodes and check out our sources in our show notes at illadvisedthepodcast.com.
Or find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Ill-Advised the Podcast.
You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Everything about you is sexy.
Fire him.
And get along with your in-laws.
You've been ill-advised.